heading into every new year, I like to take a step back and kind of just review how my investing plan is actually working, if there's any changes I want to make, and kind of just aligning myself the best I can for the following year. I look at performance, I think about any goals that I have, and I decide if anything really needs to change. And looking back, I kind of decided two things. And I'm not making really I wouldn't call them huge changes, but they're two changes that I think make sense for my financial situation. And as always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a certified financial professional. I'm not selling you anything. I'm just sharing what I do, why it works for me, and why I think I'm aligning myself best for the future. So the first change I am making is I am adding a taxable brokerage account into my portfolio. For a long time, I've only invested through my Roth 401k and my Roth IRA, and that makes a lot of sense. It's tax-free growth, flexibility. I've never hit the contribution limits. So, I've hit my Roth IRA contribution limits, but with my 401k, I haven't, because the 401k limits are a lot higher than just a regular Roth IRA. But I realized I didn't want all of my assets locked up in these accounts that I can't really fully access until I'm 60. I think it's 65 right now is the limit, or it might be 67. I'm not sure. I wanted assets that I could use for different things. It could be for a house payment, could be for a business, could be really whatever. And that is not to say whatsoever that a Roth is not the best. It really is the best account out there, especially if you're getting into investing. It's growing tax-free. You've got flexibility with it. It's the best to start your foundation. I've gotten to a point in my investing that I feel like I'm ready to sort of add in this taxable brokerage account. I want the flexibility. I want the liquidity. I want the optionality. And this account really isn't just about retirement. Like I said, it's about having assets that I can use for future opportunities. And with that being said, if you watched my first video, you know I'm a big believer in VT. I still am. At the end of this year, over 90% of my assets will still be in VT. This brokerage account is just a bit different, though. I will be investing exclusively in QQM in this brokerage account. If you're not familiar, QQM is the 100 biggest companies. It tracks the NASDAQ is just 100 large non-financial companies. So it doesn't have things like JP Morgan, Burke, Bank of America, Visa. They're all huge, but they're not in QQM. The NASDAQ 100 explicitly excludes financial companies. The dollar amount is going to start off small in this brokerage account because I'm building it right now, right? I've already had my Roth built up now for a while. So I'm building up. So I'm starting contributions here. And for the record, I have not changed or lowered my Roth contributions. Those are still the same. But instead of increasing my 401k contributions, I'm taking these dollars and putting them in this taxable brokerage account into QQM. And this account, my goal with it is to really never have it be more than 10% of my total assets. Because again, this is a riskier option. It's something that it's looking like 2026 is either going to be really good for tech or potentially really bad, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But I want to have my piece of that pie, I guess, per se, if that makes sense. So summarizing point one, I've opened up a taxable brokerage account and I'm using QQM in this account to be a little bit more aggressive, to take a little bit more risks, and to hopefully grow this and be a considerable part of my investing and potential retirement plan. Okay, and change two I'm making. I'm actually starting to hold a small amount of deployable cash. And this one surprised me a bit because I kind of used to be very anti-cash. And to be clear, I feel like I need to have like some qualifiers for this. Time in the market still beats timing the market. Dollar cost averaging still works. I'm still doing it. And staying invested matters. I'm not selling anything. I'm not waiting for a crash. But I am now just more comfortable holding about 5% of my assets in deployable cash. And what this cash is and isn't, I kind of just want to clarify. This is not emergency cash. I keep it separate from any emergency funds. This cash is there for flexibility. Transfers take time, and if opportunities show up, I want to be able to act quickly. These dollars aren't earning interest. They're just sitting there ready to be deployed either into VT, QQM, or I do have a few individual stocks, which I will talk about in a future video. It's kind of out of the range for this video per se. If nothing happens and the markets keep going up, over 95% of my assets right now are still invested. If there is a correction, I have optionality and I'm not forced to react. So in summary, I don't want this to sound like hypocritical. I'm still a broad market investor. I'm not trying to time the market. I still believe simplicity wins over crazy optimizations. And these changes just give me more flexibility, more optionality, and it's a plan that I feel confident with heading into 2026. If you disagree or think I missed something, I'm really happy about it. I love talking about this stuff, so feel free to drop a comment. I really like having the cash. I think QQM is a good place to be with a small portion of my assets, and we'll see how this year goes. So thanks again for watching this. I really appreciate it. Should be a pretty quick video, but I wanted to get this out there before 2026 really kicks off. Well, this will probably be released on January 3rd or 4th or 5th, somewhere in that time range. And, this is when a lot of people are reallocating their portfolio, looking at different options and thinking about their next year. And just wanted to give some food for thought. So thanks again. Really appreciate it. Talk to you.